Welcome to the fifth episode in the series Web3 Made Easy. In this episode, I will talk about smart contracts, which consists of business rules and algorithms to make Web3 work and also build trust in the system. This is one of the key aspects of Web3 to enable disintermediation in the process. Before I go into the details of how smart contracts work in Web3, let me start with a daily life example through which you will understand the importance of smart contracts and the role they play in building trust. When you and your business partner want to execute a transaction as a buyer and a seller of goods or services, there is money transfer involved. Now, this money transfer is determined based on quality of goods and services, on-time delivery, and various other factors. The buyer would want to make sure that they receive the intended goods or services before the payment is made. Similarly, the seller of goods or services want to make sure that the buyer is solvent and has the money to make the payment. Additionally, the seller also wants to make sure that the buyer will keep their promise and make the payment post delivery of goods or services. Now, in today's Web 2.0 world, this lack of trust between two parties is resolved via intermediaries like banks. This is called third-party intermediation, and the three parties drop a legal contract with the detailed terms and conditions. The buyer deposits money in escrow accounts, from which money is released to the seller on confirmation from the buyer that the goods or services have been received as expected. This process takes a lot of time and involves commission or settlement fees to the banks for their services and other legal charges. Both time and money are overheads in this process, which can now be done away with in Web3. There are two parameters which are important to make this happen. One, that the identity of both parties can be verified and the assets they own, which is possible through wallets. Second is that the terms and conditions are finalized and can automatically execute when the conditions are fulfilled without any delay or any manual trigger from either party. This is where smart contracts come into play. They are a block of software code which contain the business rules agreed upon by both parties. The best part is that it is self-enforcing and it gets automatically executed when the rules are met and through consensus on the blockchain from the different nodes who verify that the transaction is valid and can be executed, post which the details of the transaction are logged into blockchain. These smart contracts need data to process the business rules, and this data can come either from the blockchain platform or from applications in Web 2.0. Once the data is received, the smart contracts process the data and enforce the business rules as defined. This way, the transaction costs can be reduced as there are no intermediaries and also help to track the performance of the contract in real time. The key to make this happen successfully is to define the correct legal and business rules and convert them into software code for implementation. Some of the use cases where this could work are in real estate registrations, buy and sell, very simple, micropayments like cars which are identified on blockchain and they can pay directly using smart contracts at electric charging stations, also automated dividend payments and a whole host of other IoT or smart solutions. However, one of the biggest challenges in implementing smart contracts is converting detailed legal and regulatory requirements for complex contracts into software code. This requires participation from people across professions like lawyers, chartered accountants, government bodies, etc., to make sure that the contract works in a way that meets all standards. Plus, there is a need to provide a mechanism to resolve disputes between parties, which is currently not part of Web3. With this, I have explained what smart contracts are and how they work, along with their benefits and challenges. I hope you take away these important concepts as food for thought and think about how it can help you in your business. Talk to you in the next episode. Thank you.